There's a process that's like a rebirthing, where you are kind of born and you experience being kind of held in sort of like a nursery and feeling kind of that warmth, nurturing environment.
Is the subject naked when he's reborn?
Yes.
Is there baby powder as
Yes.
part of that?
They're placed on a mattress, blindfolded, just so that they don't know where they're going and what's about to happen. And then before they're placed, they're told to undress, and then they're led to this mattress, their own specific one. It's not a full mattress. There's many different individual mattresses, and they're covered up very tightly in a blanket to simulate the womb. And then there's music that talks about, in dialogue that explains there being a birth and what it feels like to now be a baby and nurtured, and you hear like music accommodating that, and then men come and kind of nurture these new like babies in a very affirming and loving sort of way. Kind of wipe water on their face and kind of clean them up, and it feels very real. What happens after the rebirth is there's a call to kind of leave the mother womb and experience what it's like to kind of go out and be crazy in the outside world and be like a boy.
And at what point do the participants put their clothes back on?
Much later. There's like a archetypical, I'm not sure how to say that word, I'm sorry. Like there's an archetype father, a man representing like a kind of crazy fun father who like bursts into the nursery and says like, come on boys, let's have some fun together. And then they're called out to this field where there's just so much fun, boyish things to do with each other. There's music and dancing, and there's a fire, there's like fireworks, there's throwing, like there's like a water slide, and it's literally such a fun boy atmosphere where men are just having a lot of fun together, experiencing their wild side.
And during all of this course, the participants are still naked, but not the other individuals.
By the time the wild party comes along, everyone kind of joins the celebration unclothed. After the wild party, they're led to the showers to clean up after all the cake that was flung around and mud and just all the carefreeness. They're woken up by the archetype boy, who starts to play fun games with them, kind of like when boys wake up and they like want to go crazy already. And there's like fun music, and they play games, and then they have like kid cereal for breakfast, like tricks and all these sugary stuff. And there's like a frog hunt where they're paired up with like a buddy, and they like look for a real frog, and it's just kind of like this cute way to start the day, just to remind everyone that they're still in like a boyish energy right now. There's sort of like this adolescence where men are kind of put into a room and asked to really like kind of evaluate their bodies, body imaging, and kind of feel their bodies kind of change and transform, just like puberty when the body does do exactly that. There's fun music that kind of facilitates this more kind of budding up of masculine energy, and it's kind of like a dance, and there's like movement, and people are blindfolded, and then I think the blindfolds are taken off, and everyone is together and sees each other again, undressed, and there's this feeling of camaraderie and unity, but now in a place of more mature manhood as opposed to boyish manhood. They might touch themselves, sure, because they're feeling that masculine energy in their body. There's like a impromptu like skinny dipping into a pool where everyone jumps in and like kind of takes out their clothes and still kind of remain as boys, which that's what boys do. They have fun together. They, again, not really care about all these kind of boundaries that they put on themselves via clothing, but just sort of be fun and carefree and jump into a lake or jump into a pool, and it's a really fun environment, really fun atmosphere. Day 3 begins as a man processing different wounds without women there being present yet, but wounds around femininity. So this process regarding the anima allows a man to kind of to tap into that feminine energy, which is a little like more flowing, more creative, and there's kind of very beautiful music that's played, and men can sort of sway to it or dance to it and get in touch with it.
What's the experiential aspect?
Men are blindfolded and given a very soft, silky cloth that to me just felt very feminine, and they kind of like silky hair, at least for me. And there's somewhat of a dancing with it and kind of moving it and to the music, and it's like really interestingly it's really interestingly cool.
How would they interact with the cloth? What would you do?
Holding it and moving it and kind of dancing with it. I think I even laid down with the cloth and kind of imagined having a woman with me, kind of dancing with me, like by my side. It really helped me get in touch with the love that I can and now really experience toward women.
What happened after that process?
I believe that after that process, they're taken to like an open space in woods, and they allow themselves to get in touch with the lover energy during that process. Men are blindfolded at the beginning and asked to take off their clothes. It's a new process. The idea being that men in that place can feel very at one with earth and the environment around them, because it's in the middle of woods. And the process helps men get really in touch with literally every sense that they're experiencing in the middle of the woods, whether it be the wind on their skin, taste. Men are given fruits and things to taste, and to really be in love or kind of use that lover energy to like appreciate my taste buds, or appreciate the feeling of my skin and how it reacts to the environment, or appreciate like my feet touching the ground. And
What happens next?
Men are asked individually after the dinner, like they're kind of just chilling and relaxing, and the staff member kind of all disappear, and the men don't really quite know why. They just, I think, assume that something's that they're just setting up another process. But a staff member kind of collects a man individually and takes them outside of the dining room and blindfolds them and takes them to a lodge where there's a woman inside, a really beautiful, like well-dressed woman who men are not expecting to be there. And then they're asked to take off their blindfold and to enter, and they're told that you're about to take a really big step on your work. And it's this point when you open the door that you realize, like, life isn't about just getting to my prime masculine state. It's, oh my gosh, there's actually feminine in my world. And then you see her, and you're already very masculine and like charged because of all the work.